We can have realizations on the awakening path that are very interesting. Some of them are very freeing, like to realize deeply in our being that we're emptiness or that there's no problems. It can be very liberating. And we can have realizations that are shocking, like there's no people here. There's never been another person here. I've never spoken to another person before. I've never been in a relationship with another person before. There are no people here. I'm not even here as a separate person. And so I thought I'd talk about that realization, because that is what I feel like is one of the harder ones to face. And there's so many different openings and realizations that we have. I would guess hundreds maybe throughout the journey. And a lot of them cycle around multiple times and they go deeper each time. The realization, you get it more. So you might think, oh, I really got it that time. And then it cycles around again and you realize, oh, no, I really got it that time. And it just keeps doing that. This one particularly happens with there's no people here. And I find it comes off the back of the facing the existential aloneness, which I've talked about in another video. But this is a very important part of awakening, and I feel like it's a part of awakening that is unavoidable. So there's certain parts of awakening that we experience differently, and it differs from person to person, but the existential aloneness, so not just being alone and feeling lonely, but the feeling the aloneness there that's causeless, that is there even if there's people around, that is there because you are alone. You are actually alone because there's no people there. That is something that's very different and something that is quite painful and shocking. And your emotional reaction to it will be individual or unique because we're all wired differently. So some people might get angry at that, or scared, or sad. I found it sad, or shocking. It could be very shocking to face that. But that's a good sign if you're feeling some kind of intense emotion around what I'm saying here. That's good that you can feel into that. That's actually great. And I'd take that opportunity to go deeper into that emotion and really feel what that shocking truth, that there are no people here, and really feel into that and see if you can go deeper into that. That can be an excellent teacher on the path, and really it's necessary to keep realizing this over and over again. And it's not a problem that needs to be solved. It's not, we don't fix this, we don't rectify it. We come to terms with it. So it is a complete acceptance. And that takes time. It can take years, I would say, for this one to complete, to fully get it. Even when you think you've got it, it usually comes around again. Even when you're in unity consciousness, this one comes back around again. Over and over again, going deeper and realizing there's truly no people here. Truly, there never has been. And it's coming, what starts as initially painful in some way, and we can really run from that. We can really have a lot of unconscious strategies operating to avoid facing that truth. And we can keep very busy to try and avoid seeing that. And even when we start to come closer to it, start to hit on it, we can do something like start a new project or start a new relationship or go traveling or anything to avoid tapping into that. So we can intuit when we're getting close to it. And we do this unconsciously. Of course, it's not something we consciously decide, but we feel we're getting close to accessing that aloneness. And so we do something to distract ourselves. And which is understandable, but with awakening to keep progressing, we want to go in and towards that pain and fully feel it and see what's hiding in there, and fully learn how to come to terms with that and accept that fully, 100%. acceptance that there is no one else here. I am alone. I actually am alone. So it may sound like it's simple in a way. It's not complicated, but it's a very painful process, which is why we avoid it. So I'd say this is probably one of the most common things that I see people avoiding when I work with people. And I feel like it's something that can't be avoided if you want the process of awakening to continue. There's this will have to be faced probably multiple times on the path. You do get better at it. You just start to get used to that feeling. It's just an emotion. It's just an intense emotion. Everything's actually fine and nothing is changing. You're just seeing the truth of reality. That's all. It's just confronting. Some of the truths about reality are confronting. And it doesn't mean that anything bad is happening or that anything is changing. It just means that you're seeing it clearly. And some of those truths are shocking. And so I feel like this is one of the most shocking, is that there's no people there. I've never been in a relationship with anyone. All these people that I thought were my family, that was part of the illusion. They were all just me playing another character, me playing another role. And we do come to terms with it. It doesn't stay shocking forever. And when we feel it fully, it shifts. It shifts and it doesn't hurt anymore. So you do have that to look forward to. By going through the pain, you can have deep realizations, and also it will break the suffering that you're feeling there to do with the aloneness. And we start to just live from that truth and see it that way. Visually, we experience it that way in our own direct experience. All right, there really is no people. There's no other people here. There never was. Nothing is changing. I'm just seeing it clearly now. And I can be shocked, and I can be scared, or I can be disorientated by that, or very sad by that. But it doesn't change the fact that this is what's true and what has always been true. And then we adapt to it and we get used to it, and then we don't notice it anymore. It's just what is. So that's where it's heading. It doesn't stay painful at all. It just becomes your lived reality, and you've just accepted it completely and adjusted to it. So I hope that talk helps you. I know it's a painful topic and not a popular topic to go into the aloneness, but it is, I feel like, one of the most important parts of the awakening journey is facing this aloneness.